Guy Adams describes how he changed his middle-aged, plump figure into this in 10 weeks. I shed 15 centimeters of abdominal fat and 5 pounds, and my thinking is more keen than before. What's most amazing, though? It's easy, straightforward, and anyone can do it. Celebrity midlife crises are wonderful, and I think we can all agree that Sacha Baron Cohen's has been among the greatest of 2025. It started back in April with a breakdown of his marriage, as these things frequently do. The 54-year-old father of three then started going to trendy nightclubs. Reports of him getting cozy with a number of 20-something ladies who earn a living through Instagram, and, regrettably, only fans have surfaced in recent weeks. But there's been one bright spot. Baron Cohen was on the cover of Men's Fitness magazine on July 24th. You might remember the image. The Hollywood star was flaunting a remarkable physical makeover while topless, holding dumbbells, and appearing to be slathered in baby oil. The passy complexion and pigeon chest of his alter ego Borat, who wore a mankini, had vanished. It was replaced by a sort of bronze Adonis, complete with gleaming pecs, protruding biceps, and the ultimate symbol of macho pride, a walnut-cracking six-pack. A man is sending a signal when he acts in this way. One that can be summed up as follows: I'm not insane. Every midlife beefcake is a talking, walking emblem of rebellion, evidence that a certain level of commitment can help us lessen the humiliations of middle age, even though no man can completely avoid them, from receding hairlines to shaky backs and knees, to failing teeth and eyesight. I can say this with some assurance, since I am going to follow in the macho shoes of Sacha Baron Cohen. A different middle-aged father of three will appear on Men's Fitness, revered front page on Wednesday, and I'll be that pouting model. My path from couch potato to shirtless cover star began in mid-September, when I made the decision to start a rigorous wellness regimen, since I felt fat after a sumptuous summer. I ran up hills, avoided carbs, pumped iron, and overindulged in supplements for 10 weeks. Here is where you may view the outcomes. I can now formally declare that I am seriously ripped at the age of 47, according to the Men's Fitness headline writers. My wife, Katie, has followed the adventure with mild amusement and the occasional floor. It has been an intriguing and, in some ways, life-changing experience. Along the process, I've lost 5 kilograms, 11 pounds, of weight, 2 inches, 5 centimeters, off my waist, and roughly 6 inches, 15 centimeters, from my belly. I've also made some significant muscular gains, such as 2 inches, 5 centimeters, on each thigh and bicep. My sleep habits are better than they have been since I had to deal with newborns, and my mind is as sharp as a knife. This trip has also taught me invaluable lessons about the male physique and how we may either enhance or abuse it as we get closer to the time of year when thoughts turn to self-improvement. I've come to the straightforward conclusion that any middle-aged man, and I truly do mean any, can reclaim the toned torso of his youth. You may even be able to make yourself feel and look fitter than before with a little work. No significant sacrifice is necessary. Rather, the distinction between having a dad bod and being a gym god comes down to a few minor decisions that each of us makes on a daily basis. Naturally, making the appropriate decision on these fronts calls for a great deal of motivation and a small amount of discipline. However, it's not quite as hard as you may think, and it can occasionally be pretty fun. The only true suffering I went through over the entire process was in the last few days, when I had to get a pre-photo shoot chest wax at a beauty clinic in London, despite the adage that pain is necessary to achieve a gain. According to Katie, I look like a freshly plucked chicken after Drew blood. How, therefore, can a middle-aged man get a cover star torso? I can tell you the answer, which is straightforward. You have to adhere to 3 interconnected regimes in order to put yourself on this physical pedestal. One entails strenuous activity, the other a cautious diet, and the third a daily supplementation regimen. Naturally, I started my 10-week journey by hiring an exercise expert. After contacting Men's Fitness, which graciously offered to supervise the procedure, promising to put me on its cover if I passed, I met Jason Smith, the creator of Fit in Midlife, an organization dedicated to getting middle-aged fat people in shape. Jason is a black belt personal trainer and life coach. He also has a motivational life narrative, just like many others in the wellness sector. He worked as a consultant for the majority of his professional life, traveling to London every day from his home near Horsham, West Sussex, to provide for a small family. He was overweight, unhappy, and pre-diabetic by the time he turned 50, according to his physician. He showed me a before picture in which he appeared bloated and pallid. He claims, I had a sort of crisis of confidence. I've already lived more than half of my life, and if I don't buck up, I might not actually last many more years, I thought. I started going to gym because of this. I chose to quit my commuter work and pursue a career as a personal trainer after realizing how transformative it was. Now that he has Popeye-like forearms, Jason is a true muscle man. However, he has a better understanding of the conflicting demands on a middle-aged man's time than other, younger trainers because of his previous work as a consultant in London. As a result, I was spared the trouble and cost of going to a studio. Rather, he made a single visit to a gym close to the Daily Mail's headquarters in West London, looked over the equipment, and then devised a routine of simple workouts that I could adhere to. I was then informed of these every day using a clever phone app. Jason also advised me to get a small set of dumbbells that I could use in my bedroom on the weekends because my family's home is in South Wales, and I travel to London for a few nights every week. Once more, customized sessions based on basic exercises like press-ups, shoulder presses, and bicep curls were emailed to my device. I started doing weightlifting 4 days a week. I completed some abdominal exercises and aerobic exercises, running or riding a bike, over the course of 2 days. I was permitted to relax on the 7th day, which was often a Tuesday. At this point, you might be asking how someone with a full-time job, a family, and a mediocre social life finds time to work out nearly every day. However, Jason's exercises are ingenious in that none of them go more than 45 minutes. This is revolutionary. If you go to any gym, you'll see that the majority of patrons squander half of their time on the treadmill, messing with their phones or lounging around the water cooler. Like everyone else, I've been guilty of this. I've been able to make about weekly outings to the gym over the previous few years to prepare for club tennis tournaments or village cricket contests. Instead of sticking to a fitness regimen, I would experiment with whatever equipment was available, ride an exercise bike for 20 minutes, and call it a day. In contrast, Jason's app shortens, sharpens, and energizes gym trips. The precise amount of seconds you are permitted to relax in between lifting specific weights is bossily counted down.